I don't know what's wrong, but there's something wrong anyway, then. Something seriously wrong.
Danny was about to hang you out to dry there by sneakily going live when you were pouring your drink. The dirty little
God damn it! You weren't supposed to freaking say. I told you texting me. Huh?
You love strangling an old joke, Danny, don't you?
Anyway, we're 20 seconds live. Can we say hello to people and welcome them and all that? Dan? What?
Hello, Dara. Hello.
No,
hello.
I mean the people who might be, they've probably tuned out at this stage now anyway, so don't worry.
All right. Relax, Lynn. Relax, Dara. I mean, like, to be honest with you, sometimes you just need a bit of a cold open every now and again. Though it is a bit fun every now and again to do this sort of thing. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's show of Mauls, Balls, and All the Breakdown. We are joined by, fuck you too, Dara, Weston, good, Len Brennan, and of course, our usual man, Matt Boland. Jenny Angel, good evening to you. Now, Dara, since you were so happy about the Leinster result earlier on Saturday, I'm going to leave you open with Leinster 25, Stade Rochelle 24. Off you go, Dara.
So, fantastic first 10 minutes. Then kind of, the match kind of went a bit off the boil for about 40 minutes or so, and then came back in the last 25 minutes. I thought JJ Kenny should have got man of the match. I mean, obviously, because it was a last-minute penalty by Harry Byrne, they'd given it to the La Rochelle, I think it was number 7.
He was unbelievable. He deserved it.
But I thought JJ Kenny was absolutely fantastic, considering he's filling James Lowe's boots. And I was actually, during the first half, we were close to him on the side, and you could see he had an awful lot of. He was wearing white boots, but it looked like he was wearing one black boot because he had that much strapping over his boot and his ankle. So, if that's precautionary stuff, like Jesus, the guy with 2 good ankles, like, it'd be amazing. But it's great to see somebody. Here we go now. He talking about Leinster, and he takes off his Leinster top.
That's it.
But yeah, I mean, it was a cracking match. I mean, it was. Sorry, I'm trying not to look at Danny. And I kind of went into
women actually.
I went into it thinking, look, if we get beaten, we can still qualify. And in some ways, maybe it would actually benefit us not to be top seeds and to actually, qualify tough, because a couple of years we have actually kind of coasted through to semi-finals or finals and then fallen at the hurdles. But yeah, no, I thought it was a great game. JJ Kenny, fantastic match. Harry Byrne, great penalty at the end. Great confidence from him, just going up to Doris saying, I'll kick it. I think he's definitely put his name in the hat for the Irish 10 shirt now for the Six Nations.
Yeah.
Because his consistency, he's been very, very consistent. Especially when they brought him on and moved Sam to fullback. But I thought it was a great performance from Leinster, considering how many players we were, first choice players we were missing. Like the guy who came on, the replacement Loosehead, Kerr, Jerry Kerr. When he came on, there was obviously a load of the lads from his club in the stands because they were all like, Jerry.
It was it was to the tune of Jerry Springer.
Yeah. But considering he was only brought on, I think it's Black Rock he plays with, is it? And he was only brought on in September as injury cover. You need to fix the hair, Dan. There's still a bit of a cow's lick there on it, so either put the hat back on or fix it down.
Don't worry, we're coming to that in a minute.
Go on. Right, go on then. Go ahead.
All right, Joe Lines. Looks like a hair regain advert starting bald in Munster to full head of hair in Leinster. Excuse you, full head of hair myself, Joe. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
thank you.
Spin the chair around, Danny. Good man, Joe.
Well,
He's not doing too bad to himself there now down in Kerry.
And
It's
Len,
all
Joe,
fertilizer.
Len has to shave his head. He's been warned. It's on behalf of the married men of Ireland because he's just so when his hair grows, like it's just irresistible to women. So he has to shave his head.
hey, now, come on, he's got the invisible afro going, all right? That's
We'll
it.
be lining up looking for him.
That's it. Like the way the Kerry lads buy the invisible round.
Yeah. Before I come to you there, Matt, Joe Lyons in again. Last 10 minutes of that game could have been a season-defining moment. We dug deep, found a way to weather the storm, came back to score, and didn't give up the minutes left to get over the line. Huge moment.
Yep.
Matt, your thoughts on that Leinster-Rochelle game?
Well, firstly, I'm just going to say fair play to everyone in Aviva Stadium because the atmosphere was actually absolutely rocking. And even though the other side of the top tier was empty, I'd say it was 3/4 full. I didn't hear the capacity or the attendance at the stadium, but it was as if it was full because it was a brilliant atmosphere. And even the La Rochelle fans that were there, and there was pockets of them dotted around the stadium, which was great because you could see the yellow flags. They stand out a mile. They were giving it socks when La Rochelle were putting it up to Leinster and went ahead. But I tell you that it was great to be there because the atmosphere was brilliant. It was great crack, and it was a great game to boot to go with it. It was absolutely helter-skelter stuff, and I was lucky enough to be sitting beside a Frenchman for the whole bloody game. A good friend of mine, an ex-colleague, but he does support Leinster all the time, unless they're playing a French side, and it was a good bit of banter with me and him and all the lads around. So yeah, look, I mean, JJ Kenny, what a start to the game! 2 tries in 9 minutes. I honestly thought, it's such a great start that I was a bit worried. I was a bit worried to see whether we're going to be able to keep up that momentum, knowing what La Rochelle can do and knowing how strong they finish games. I was a little worried for the scrum because you look at their front row. You've got 2 of the French front row, and then you've Botti in the back, and the man mountain himself, Will Skelton, who was an absolute pest around the breakdown for the whole game. But look, they fronted up, when things got tricky for them and La Rochelle came back at them and La Rochelle went ahead, they ducked their heels in. A couple of silly penalties given away. Joe McCarthy pinged for offside and second yellow card. Tommy O'Brien, letter of the law states it's a deliberate knockdown, no question, but it's just one of those things. It's very harsh when you look at it because he does attempt to wrap in the tackle, but yeah, every day it's a yellow card every day, and it's just a tough one. But they weathered the storm. I mean, they didn't give any points away when they were down to 14 men, which was incredible because they were under the cosh. On the La Rochelle side, Ihea West, his kicking was absolutely piss poor. And I can tell you, if his kicking was on point, we'd been in a lot of trouble. And I was messing with my mate beside me, David, and he was kind of laughing because in the second half, La Rochelle butchered two definite try opportunities, with silly handling. And he turned around and said to me, he goes, Jesus, neither La Rochelle nor Leinster want to win this match. It's funny. And he was right. They both did their best not to win. But you got to say credit to Leinster. They stuck it into the end. And, Harry Byrne comes on in the second half. You had to get that in there, didn't you? He came on. They were awarded the penalty. And he turned around and said, I want it. And he was talking afterwards in an interview afterwards. Himself and Sam were chatting, and he said to Sam, look, I felt really comfortable. The last one hit the upright. I think I know exactly what I need to do for this kick to get it. They both decided together, yeah, okay, you take it. And then he went to Caelan Doris and said, I want it. Give me the ball. I'm going to put it over. And what confidence. That's exactly the confidence you want in your kicker. especially in a clutch moment of a game like that, to stand up and go, give me the ball, I'm going to knock it through the sticks, and we're going to win by a point. You know, like absolutely fair play to him. And yeah, look, I was delighted with the win. If La Rochelle had beaten us, I wouldn't have been so bad because the effort was put in. You know, say for argument's sake, they didn't get that penalty or he missed. It was deserved that they were there at that end fighting, you know, to go down fighting. But just the kick was just, you could see it sailing over. It was absolutely brilliant. And the eruption after that then and the elation of the Leinster fans, you could see it. And then you feel sorry for some of the La Rochelle guys because they put it all out there, you know, and they were so close. They were so close, you know, but I think Bottia really did deserve man of the match. He was absolutely phenomenal. He was just unbelievable. Some of the hits that were going into that game as well, it was just so physical. And for any of the naysayers about Sam Prendergast's tackling ability, he took down Will Skelton by himself, lads. So, fuck it, I wouldn't have done that. I'd have gone, yeah, off you go, pal.
You know who put in a serious amount of tackles, and I was watching him? Gibson Park. Jesus, that guy was.
He was actually phenomenal on the day as well. He really was.
It was like a young Peter Stringer, except he wasn't doing the ankle taps like he was actually. But yeah, like for a guy his size, like I mean, it was because the French pack, the La Rochelle pack were massive. Lads.
Massive. That front row, you've got that baldy lad. I can never remember his name. He plays for France. He's just fucking unbelievable. Like, and you saw like someone like even Kane Douglas on the bench. He was a monster. And you see Will Skelton going off, and you're seeing Kane Douglas coming on. You're going, fuck, that's not much of a change, really, is it?
Jeez, I was watching Skelton coming off because we were about 2 blocks away from the halfway line, and Jesus, he looked like he was limping. He was literally shagged, like he left it all out there. For a guy his age, like he played nearly 70 minutes.
Yeah, they really went at each other. They really they absolutely belted each other. And unfortunately now we've got some major injury concerns now in Kieran Frawley and Paddy McCarthy. You know, I think Paddy McCarthy has sustained a considerable foot injury is what they're saying now. I haven't seen an update in Frawley yet, but yeah, look, it's not good, like, you know. But
Peter in here saying I was on the top tier, just saying, since the two of you said you're there at the match anyway. Actually,
he wasn't on the top tier. He was in the middle tier with all the other media lovelies. But we won't say more about
around with all the big boys. Anthony knows what he's doing.
No, Linda liked these two comments. Pauline Bowden, hello everyone, and glad to see you back, Pauline. Happy New Year to
Pauline, and we look forward to seeing you at the next live event, which I think is the end of the month.
No doubt about it.
Joe Lines, Len has a Jack Charlton. Huh, ha 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 ha.
Could be worse. He could have a Bobby Charlton with the old comb over, like Danny has.
What?
I have no idea.
Jack Charlton, as in your baldy. But you remember Bobby Charlton had the desperate comb over, like Danny.
Comb over.
Yeah.
Anything there? Anything?
No, he's saying you don't. I'm saying his brother has.
Mark Newman, how we lads? What a weekend, rugby, near death from us. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Absolutely, Mark. Absolutely.
Yeah. Joe Lyons, 36, 30 bloody 6, and he never stopped. I suppose that's different guy. Yeah.
He's unreal.
Yeah.
He'll be like man on it. He'll play till he's 40. He really will.
Yeah. Len, what are your thoughts on the Leinster Rochelle match?
Congratulations, lads. You deserve the win. Look, no Furlong, no Porter, no Snyman, no Keenan. And you had, as you said, Jerry Kerr going in, an AIL prop, wasn't he? Yeah, he's out of the AIL. And Sparrow.
Sorry
to be honest with you.
Sorry, Len, for 1 second. Just sorry for interrupting you there.
Fucking hell, they had 20 fucking minutes.
I'm glad you mentioned Jerry Kerr because
straight fucking in. Look,
I'm glad you
mentioned the sentence.
Go on, fuck off then, you big baldy bollocks.
No, carry on.
Take us up a Guinness and count to 3, Len. Relax.
Go on, man.
It's beamish. That's why he has this beamish.
Look, it'll be whoever sponsors me.
I'm glad you pointed out Jerry Kerr because I think a lot of people were in doubt about his scrummaging ability when he came on, and he, to be fair to him, and he definitely deserves a mention in this game. He played out of his skin and above his ability, I believe, you know, and I think it's credit to him. And as Dara said, like when he came on, the crowd were just behind him straight away. It must have been that whole section of his friends and his family and everybody that he knows, because they were loud. Sorry,
And
Bishop.
in fairness, as you said again against that La Rochelle pack, the scrum didn't suffer when he came on. In all fairness to the chap,
No.
Like you have to hand it to him. Now look, I think it was actually the 7 Joe Lyons were messaging each other during the week, and Joe was messaging. He said, "Look, have you any fucking props you can send us up for the weekend?" You know, he was worried about the fucking fact that your shorts are stacked. But look,
or could you send us back some of the ones that we sent ye?
oh,
we'll have Mill back.
No. That's what
yeah,
it's
look,
now.
in fairness, look, I actually just on that, I was going to ask you the question, but I didn't like to interrupt you earlier on, Matt. You know, I said I'd leave it. But I was going to ask both of you the fact that you're actually at the game. I noticed the same watching on the television. It's a long time since I've seen a decent atmosphere, or heard a decent atmosphere at the Aviva, and it sounded, as you said, like it was rocking on Saturday. Now, you just confirmed it. So obviously the problem is, as we've discussed before, it's not the Aviva itself, it's not the product on the pitch, it's those attending the match. You know, if
Well,
you get...
I think now, Len, it kind of is the product on the pitch, because in fairness, where the URC games been played in the RDS, that'd be a great stadium.
I'm talking
That'd
about
be
the
a
Ireland
great
games. I'm talking about
atmosphere.
the Ireland games, Sarah.
Oh, the Ireland games. Sorry, I thought you were talking about the other Leinster
No,
games.
I'm talking about the Ireland games.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, you can slag them
Yeah.
off.
No, but look, there's opposing fans have actually said that the Aviva is like a morgue when it comes to the internationals, and you know it's down to those who are attending it. It seems to be, because if you get a motivated supporter base in there that are there to watch the match, you know, obviously the place is capable of having a good atmosphere, and you don't need fucking some guy on the tannoy shouting and roaring in between fucking plays in the game. Anyway, that was just my point. But look, going back to what you said. Look, just to reiterate, Joshua Kenny on his debut, 2 tries, fantastic. And such brilliant. And the guy, if I was low, I would.
And he got a try last weekend against Connacht. So 3 tries in 2 games.
In 2 weeks.
Space of a week, basically.
Yeah. Well, like against that the opposition that La Rochelle are, it was fantastic. He finished both well. Look, in all fairness, to add for the second one, Oani's block down, his charge down at the ball was, in all fairness, it was excellent. There would have been no try for it, and Kenny, his reactions were, he's like a cat, pounced on it straight away and over. So it was if I was low, I would be worried. You know, Low is slowing down, and Kenny, look, he deserves a start anyway, that's for sure. And look, as you said, Leinster were solid. You know, after the 2 tries, it was cagey, but they done I thought Leinster were doing most of the probing of the La Rochelle defence. They put in a good fucking shift. The downside of it, I think, was discipline, as was in the Munster game. We'll come to that, but I think it was 11 penalties versus 6. Again, 2 yellow cards. Right, Tommy O'Brien's one deliberate knock on. In fairness, as Matt said, it's probably a bit of an occupational hazard. Especially if you're playing on the wing, you know what I mean? You're going to be reaching for balls like that. So, was McCarthy's one, that was more of a team effort, was it? I remember Carly saying too many offsides. I think it was just wasn't. I don't think it was.
It was too many penalties in that area, but I think it was McCarthy.
I think he said too many offsides.
Too many offsides. McCarthy was lazy getting back to, like, there was a kick forward and he was lazy running through, and then when La Rochelle were running on, he made a tackle and he was in an offside position, and then he just got pinged and sent to the bin. So
it was that, and the fact it was Carly.
Yeah.
Now look, don't don't start to complain about the ref shit.
I was queuing for me curry
He
chips
gave
at
you a
half
fucking
time,
penalty
and I was
at the end of
talking
the
to two
game, right?
Gardaí, and I
To
said to
come
them,
away
"Here,"
with a
I
win,
said,
so I wouldn't be saying a word. You know,
Yeah.
count your blessings.
Yeah, we can comment in here from Mark Noonan as well. It says Leinster and La Rochelle was game of the weekend. Watched it in a packed bar in Toulon. In fairness, lots of hats were tipped to the winners. Highly entertaining. We've
There was
one
one
more
thing I
game
was
here.
disappointed about in the Leinster match, that we didn't change the referee at halftime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
"Well,
Look, you can
I
only
was
use that
getting-
tactic so many times, Matt. Keep
I
it
was
for the
getting
final.
curry chips at half time, and there was two Gardaí standing beside me, and I said, "Lads, would you ever go down to the referee's room? There's some feckin' criminal decisions going on down there." And they said I'd have to ring the station and report it. So,
Yeah.
in fairness, it was a bit of
Nice
crack.
times.
I tell you, I was going to come to that was going to be my next point because what was fucking criminal is the two tries that La Rochelle butchered, and I'd say O'Gara will be fucking fuming, especially the one where Yasvili, like, it was a fucking open goal. Yasvili goes to throw it to Hastai, and I think it was a Wardy. Thought it was for him, stuck out his hand to catch it and knocked it fucking on. Mother,
You'd be like,
like
"Set one fucking disaster, lads. Fucking disaster. Fucking."
you have to speak a little bit of French with that now as well.
Danny skipped past that comment. We don't want
That's
to
a
do a
brilliant
word
comment.
on it.
Yeah.
That's
Einstein, fifth star loading. I said that last year as well, though, and the year before that, and the year before that, and the year before that, and the year before that.
And you know what, Niall? That's because you're a jinx. That's because you keep saying it before we get to the final. So do like Peter Burke. Don't make any predictions.
Yeah. Nah, I'll come to you on this one now. Anyway, we'll move on.
Danny, I'm not finished.
Yeah.
I keep getting interrupted by the two fucking Leinster heads. Yeah,
And plus, we have Danny's
You know
insight
you're
here
finished.
on the match
I would
as
have
well.
finished 5 fucking minutes ago. Anyway. No. Look, it was brilliant work by Leinster. Look, the two tries, look, it was nip and fucking tuck. Van der Fleer's try, I thought was fucking excellent. Pace down the fucking wing. A winger wouldn't fucking have it. Finished lovely. And who was the second one? Fuck it. Who had the try after that? No, it was Van der Fleer. Oh yeah, and then Robbie Henshaw, who's also been accused of losing pace, but yeah, he was only a bit of space outside, happy to exploit it. Then the equaliser, then the Hardy Bourne try. I don't know, if I was fucking Sam, I might be a little bit pissed off that Hardy claimed it. Now, I understand, as you said, I think, Matt, or maybe you didn't, he'd only missed one, or he'd hit the post literally from the same angle, same distance, literally minutes before. So it did make sense for him to actually take the kick.
And
but the fact that Andy Farrell is sitting in what?
From the same angle,
Andy Farrell is sitting in the stands.
No, but just from the same angle, just on that point, from literally the same spot before Harry hit the posts, Sam had taken a kick from over that side, about the same distance.
I missed it,
and
yeah.
I couldn't see. I thought it went under the post, but one of the lads beside me said, "No, I think it went wide." But anyway, it didn't. It looked like it didn't have the legs on it. That it was a bit too low. So Sam,
watching on the TV now, it did have the legs, and it was just wide.
Okay.
Look, I could be corrected.
Yeah.
But look, yeah, if I was Sam, and the fact that Andy is sitting in the stands watching it, like they're both tens, they're both competitive. You know what I mean? So it was. I think it was Doris made the decision in the end. But look, it did make sense. You know what I mean? The fact that he taken one there and just hit the post. But yeah, look. Fucking, it was a good finish, and it was a fucking great match. It was, as Mark said, it was probably the match of the weekend.
Two more comments here.
As you said there, sorry Dan for just 1 second, but as you said there, like with the decision between Sam and Harry, I think it's easier for Caelan Doris to make a decision when he has his player coming to him with the confidence to say, "I can nail this kick," you know.
Yeah.
And in terms of Andy Farrell watching on, because we all know he was there, the camera panned to him and he was there, and I think Devin Toner was there as well. But he'll be looking at that as well and going, you know, that's a good decision. That's a good tactical decision made, and acceptance from both Sam and Harry. And then for Caelan to back them up in their decisions, because they came up with that themselves. Harry put his hand up. You know, I'm sure Sam was probably going, shit, I missed the last one. I don't feel like taking it. Harry then says, I hit the post and I think I know exactly what to do to nail this next one. You know, and I think it's a very important part as well, because I think Leinster have suffered with that in the past, not taking points when needed, and they could have won games by taking points. And this was one of those.
Yeah, but
pivot-
imagine the opposite. If Sam had taken it and he'd missed it, it'd have fucking crushed his confidence altogether.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
absolutely.
So the guy that's fucking claiming the ball, leave him because he has the confidence there. Let him fucking take. There's a pressure kick, a huge pressure kick.
Massive.
Yeah, last two comments and we move on. Ger Brennan, was the atmosphere due to the fact that the outcome was in the balance up to the last kick? Probably could have been.
It kept it going, certainly. It kept it going until the end and kept people staying until the end. But I think, was, yeah.
But like the point is, like, La Rochelle came back at Leinster and went ahead, and the crowd didn't stop. The crowd didn't stop fucking shouting for Leinster and urging the team on. So, like, the crowd were fully behind the team, regardless whether they were ahead, whether they were behind, and even towards coming up to that end, they were constantly jeering them and pushing them on. And I think that gave them then the confidence of the team to go, we can actually win this game out because the crowd are behind us. Yeah, and they want to do it for the crowd, you know. And you always hear Caelan Doris after thanking the crowd, and the support's been massive, and we really hear it on the pitch, and it means so much. So, and they always say we want to give the crowd what they want, you know. So,
yeah. Another comment here from Sonia Croak. Evening all. What a game! Edge of the seat stuff. Atmosphere was magic. Never got so many hugs from fellow Leinster supporters when Harry did the business. So, but do you know what? We'll move on. Matt,
Hold on, Danny. What was your thoughts on the fantastic Leinster win?
I'm hosting, so you just do your thing. So either way, Matt, Montpellier hasn't changed.
That's a I didn't watch the game if I ever heard it.
Yeah. Well, Matt.
Sorry, which game are you going on to then?
Montpellier 33, Connacht 31.
Oh, here, well, you don't need to be so fucking sarcastic. Everybody was talking over. We can't fucking hear you because your big, thick Kerry accent.
Sorry, Matt, I can't understand that version of the D4. Can you say that in country?
Most of our listeners will understand me rather than you.
Yeah. Either way, Montpellier, Connacht, Matt. Come on.
Okay, well, look, this is another one of those fucking irritating games to watch. I mean, like we've been saying for God knows how long, the last ages, that Connacht are a fucking 60-minute team, and they did it exactly the same again. I think they lasted till 65 minutes, which was an improvement, I suppose. But yeah, look, 31 points to 14 up, and then to let in fucking 18 points unanswered to go down to 33-31. You know, it's very disappointing because they had that game won. You know, they should have won it. I mean, Montpellier are a good side, there's no doubt about it, but the quality that Connacht have and the way they went about their business for that first half and 20 minutes into the second half was phenomenal stuff. They were absolutely unbelievable. And I just, my heart breaks for them because it's just like they give so much. And then in the second half, I don't know, is it the fact that they don't have the bench, or I don't know, it's just, is it a mentality thing, or they can't keep doing it? Like they just 60-minute teams, like Ireland were like that for fucking years and years and years, and we got nowhere. And you know, they are better than that. They are.
Was there any, I didn't see the game. Was there any credit to Montpellier in that though?
Yeah, well, look, I mean, Montpellier had, as I said, I think it was a bench scenario. You know, all the changes were made pretty much in that period of 50 to 65 minutes, and then Montpellier just took off. Then, you know.
Yeah, because like Montpellier got basically 3 tries between the 65th and 75th minutes.
Right.
That one game.
Now there was look, I think Connacht had a moment there around the 62nd or 63rd minute to put the game to bed, and I think they were very unlucky not to. It was the try was scored, but the referee brought it back maybe 3 or 4 phases. There was a crossing in the scrum half passed the ball out. It went to the first receiver and he popped it to the next. But that kind of second receiver was coming in at an angle and stopped the tackle. So it was deemed to be crossing at that point. But I think it was harsh on them. But that was their opportunity. You know, they had to score that point, that try. Montpellier, I don't even think they would have come back that much into the game. But it's just it's very frustrating. I mean, Sam Gilbert, that 15 for Connacht. Is that his name? Is that his name?
Yeah,
Sam Gilbert, yeah. He was absolutely phenomenal. And
yeah, he's a great signing for them.
He was unbelievable. Like the try he took, even you saw him, his defensive tackles, he was everywhere in the pitch. His off the ball work rate was unbelievable. There was a point at one stage where Connacht were on the attack, and I think they were up either between the 10 and the 22, somewhere up in the Montpellier half, and he made a tackle. And then Montpellier got away with the ball, but he tracked back so far that he ended up with a try-saving tackle right on their own 22, and it was unbelievable. He is a fantastic signing, and he really is a fantastic player.
Not to mention he can also kick. He's a place kicker as well.
And his kicking was on point as well. I don't think he missed one kick in that game. You know, and
which they needed. Because they've been they've been so inconsistent off the tee. They needed a fucking place kicker.
Yeah, absolutely. But look, it's just the same shit again, you know. Fucking last 20 minutes, last 15 minutes. And they throw it away. Now, look, I mean, I suppose the good thing is they get 2 losing bonus points away, which is not a bad result against a team like Montpellier in France. But I'd say they'd be kicking themselves. I'd say Stuart Lancaster was absolutely fucking fuming in that dressing room afterwards because...
Actually, in fairness to them, I think Toulon are 5th in the top 14, aren't they? Then it's Montpellier who are 6th.
Yeah.
And what?
Around that.
Yeah, it's Toulon 5th. I think Montpellier is 6th and La Rochelle 7th. So they're no fucking slouches. You know what I mean?
Absolutely not. But I think they were there for the taking for Connacht. I think they really, really were.
Well, after that kind of a scoreline, yeah.
Darren, your thoughts on the Montpellier Connacht match?
Yeah, like Matt said, I mean, I thought it felt for Connacht. I mean, they came from behind twice to be going in leading at halftime.
Sorry, Darren, just interrupt you there. Like, you know what I mean? Obviously, you weren't watching the Munster game if you're watching the fucking Connacht one.
I could have recorded one, Len, and watched the other.
You could. I thought now your other half would have insisted on watching the Munster game live.
No, she was down in Cork.
So that pisses me off though when they have 2 games on like that at the same time.
That's it. They don't consider the challenge and the Heineken Cup. They don't consider any conflicts in that. If it was two provinces playing in the cup, they might have, or the championship, whatever. But because it's the Challenge Cup and the thing, they don't.
Well, Ulster should have been on at the same time as well.
Yeah, but they got 28.
So there's 2 provinces clashing.
3.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they don't actually give a fuck either.
Well, yeah, but 2 in the same competition. You're right there, Len. Yeah. Look, I mean, yeah, to basically with 14 minutes left or whatever, to basically concede 3, let in 3 tries, like just Fairfax to Toulon. I mean, you know, but then again, Toulon have always, you know,
were they playing 2 matches at the weekend? Were they playing Connacht and Ulster?
Montpellier, Darren.
Sorry, Montpellier.
Oh, come on, Darren. We get on that one in a minute.
So yeah, look, I think they, you know, you fucking distracted me now. You know.
I got tonight's Times comment here now. I think he had more
get you back for fucking basically bursting fucking stitches in my side the last time they're on. You know, I owe you one.
I got tonight's Times comment here. I have another one here for Joe Brendan. I think you have more people on the panel this evening than the Bulls had in Loftus on for their game on Saturday. No, Len, before I come to you, Jerry Brennan here. Connacht have 15 players that regularly perform 8 or 9 out of 10. That drops to 6 or 7 out of 10 when they go to the bench. This is not slagging, it's just where Connacht are. They need 25 players that can perform at the highest level for 80 minutes.
Yeah, look, I
Yeah,
agree
and
with
I
you.
mean-
And hopefully Lancaster will get that bench up to the same standard as the first team, and that the starters, and that's what you're hoping for. Because in modern rugby, you can't compete without a fucking good bench. You just can't.
Yeah,
but
like Connacht for a long time have been the poor relation in Irish
Yeah.
rugby.
Yeah.
I mean, what, about 10,
They were trying
15
to
years
fucking
ago,
disband them at
there
one
was talk
stage.
of closing Connacht
That's
and
what you
just
said. They were
having
trying to
Ulster,
fucking
Munster
disband
and
them at one stage.
Leinster. So, I mean, they've always been the underdogs of Irish rugby. They've always had to fight for every scrap they've got.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think having Lancaster in there now, given his previous dealings with the IRFU, he'll basically be able to say, look, lads, we need a lot more support, if we're going to be developing players. So, yeah, look.
And then I'll come on to you, your thoughts on the Montpellier Connacht game.
Just before that, the Montpellier Connacht game. Yeah, no, I didn't see it. Obviously, I was watching Munster, and I just didn't get a chance to actually watch the highlights. But look, I was kind of following the score on my phone at the same time, and I was fucking delighted with the lead they had. And then you just see it being clawed back, and fucking gutted for them, really. You know what I mean? It was a huge opportunity, but sure, look, I didn't see the game, so it's hard to comment on it. That's why I was asking the lads, was it more Montpellier being excellent, or did Connacht just fade away? But look,
It's been since a heavy there, Handy. And you said you just watched this match. Since a heavy Handy then. And you watched this match. Toulon 27, Munster 25.
no, I missed that one, Danny.
Yeah. Yes, no good to me then. Fucking no good to me whatsoever, huh?
Jeez, they make hats big enough for you, did they?
Just about, yeah. I got the extra
They
large.
make them Stetson sized.
That cap would cover fucking Connacht.
Actually, just going back to the Leinster game, actually, there's something occurred to me. Another fucking thing that O'Gara will absolutely be fucking livid about. They had the lead with 1 minute on the clock. 1 minute on the clock. They're in the middle of the fucking pitch, and they decided, you could see it, they decided we'll stick it up the jumper. The forwards fucking lined up. The first fucking pass was knocked on. You had one fucking job. Hold the fucking ball. Hold it for fucking, 50 fucking seconds, and they fucking blew it out as well.
Here, listen, Raj had a lot to give out about it after that game. I'd say he bypassed.
I think that's why he didn't do the fucking interview.
Exactly, which was why he wouldn't.
He bypassed the media interviews and went straight home.
Who did he send out for the post-match interview? Was it Donnacha Ryan or?
No, he did one separately, but it was one of the forwards coaches. I don't know who it was now. I couldn't tell you. And the captain, what's his name? Fucking brilliant player. The number 8.
Yeah.
No, before we come back, we come back to Len now in a second there.
Okay.
Peter, did Len just put on a make Munster are great again hat on?
Munster
were always great, Peter.
Yeah. Go on, Len. What do you think of that Toulon Munster game?
Right. There are a lot of similarities actually between the Leinster and Munster game, apart from the fact that we didn't fucking win. Now, that's the only fucking thing in it, a couple of points, right? But look, it was great to see two fucking teams on both sides in both matches that have a long history in the Heineken Cup and wanted to fucking be there and wanted to send out a fucking good team and wanted to fucking win the thing, right? Because this fucking wishy-washy shite that come up with 24 fucking teams is actually a load of fucking bollocks. And to be quite honest with you, I'd love next weekend home and away scenario as we used to have, where fucking Leinster are going out to La Rochelle, and Munster are hosting Toulon. It'll fucking make next weekend. It'll be fucking brilliant. Win, lose, or draw. You'd have two very, very good matches. Look, before we went out, there's a lot of people who really didn't give us a chance against Toulon on the back of really, let's be honest, a fucking piss poor performance against Ulster.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, people forget 2 years ago, we were absolutely ravaged with fucking injuries, and we sent literally a team of youngsters down there, and we ended up winning 29-18. So I know it's a cliche, but you just can't write off Munster in Europe. You just can't. Okay, we didn't win it the weekend, but we gave it a good fucking go. You know, that's all I'm going to say. Look, first half was scrappy, right? But I thought Munster were excellent at the breakdown. I don't know how many fucking turnovers we won. We completely stifled Toulon's attack. We didn't create a lot. That's the only going forward in attack. We didn't create a lot. We had a couple of Jack Crowley penalties. We were 6-0 up. Then Toulon got the try just before half time. Look, in fairness, Crowley was excellent off the boot. I think he only just missed one during the game. Look, we went down to 14 with Tygburn getting a yellow, right? And they put in a good defensive shift. It was 7-6 at half time, and again we came out in the second half and were caught by Ben White, right? Which I thought actually I don't actually know who got man of the match. Did Ben White get man of the match? Does anybody know?
No, the fullback for Toulon, your man Damo or Dom.
Oh yeah. Damo. Yeah. Like I think Ben White actually fucking deserved it. He was brilliant. Excellent. Mm. He was very, very good. We were turning over balls a couple of times there. Toulon in the second half, we were getting the turnovers, and then Toulon were winning it back a second or two later because we didn't resource the ruck for whatever reason, which we were doing in the first half. So that kind of cost us. But like the try where Alatoa. No, but seriously, lads, he's there fucking waving his fucking hands at the fucking ref, right? He needs to kick in the hole for that now. He seriously fucking does, because he's been criticised. He hasn't really stood out so far for Munster. Yeah. But our scrum stood up. Okay, our line was a little bit iffy, right? But our scrum stood up to a fucking absolutely stacked Toulon pack, which was fucking excellent. It was great to fucking see, because without a scrum, you're at fucking nothing. So he played his part on that. He was good in the loose. He won a couple of fucking turnovers. He poached a couple of balls. And then there's a guy fucking running down the channel. He's fucking waving his arms at the ref. Make the fucking tackle, and then complain to the ref if you have to, really. I'm looking at this thing going, could you imagine the fucking claw standing there, seeing a guy with ball in hand run down his fucking channel and he waving at the fucking ref? He'd fucking tear the limb off of him and then fucking go over to the ref and fucking tell the ref that he's slowing down the game because he's missing a fucking arm. He would have been fucking lacerated in a Munster team vote in the dressing room after. Maybe he was, because I don't think fucking Macmillan would do a carry. Just this carry on has to fucking stop. But yeah, look, Calvin Nash had a good try. Then Toulon went over. I think there was something like 21-13. Then the penalty. Then we came back into it. We started to attack. We had a Jack O'Donoghue fucking try. Took it really, really well. Tom Farrell try. Jack nails the fucking conversion. And, 7 minutes to go. We're leading. And that fucking penalty. Look, I don't want to be complaining about the ref, but I can't for the life of me understand. I know what he gave it for. He didn't clear the space in the ruck. Like, he was obstructing. But I didn't think he was. But in saying that, that's not what lost us the game. It was indiscipline over the 80 minutes that lost the game. We worked so hard over the whole 80 minutes. But it was indiscipline that killed us. 2 yellow cards. Burns one was fucking ridiculous. I know himself and say Doris are, they're both great poachers of the ball. So when refs are going to watch it, they know who the poachers are, so they're going to watch them. So you are probably going to rack up more penalties than other players on the fucking pitch. But it was a stupid one to give away. Nankiville's fucking penalty was ridiculous. Absolutely. Fucking playing the ball in the nine's hand in the ruck. They just killed us. And Burns even fucking more so. So I think the penalty count then was something like fucking, I think it was 18 to us, and was it 11, something like that to Toulon. Again, too many penalties. Yellow cards, it's becoming fucking endemic now. With us. We have to cut that out. But for me, I thought the spirit that we showed against the strong Toulon side, we played as a team. There were some standouts. I thought Farr, Jack O'Donoghue, Daly, Bank were all excellent. Gleeson, Coughlin, Kelly, they were very, very good when they came on. But it was a team effort. It was a team effort, and I think if our discipline had been a little bit better, we could have won that. We could have definitely won that game. So, we can build on it.
Jenny Ainger in here. There's not enough fucks in the world for lead. It's probably not far wrong, I'd say. Pauline Boyle.
It's funny enough, Jenny. My wife tends to mention that once or twice. Now and again.
A day, is it? Or no one. Pauline Boyle as well. Yeah, I totally agree with Lenry. Munster thought we had it in the bag towards the end, but then that dubious penalty. Let's see now. Joe Lyons as well. 8 teams from a league of 10, and they are trying to call it Champions Cup. For flip's sake, it needs to be cut to 10 teams, first and second in the third leagues. The finalists of both Euro finals, 2 pools of 5 teams, play home and away. It needs to be the top teams, not fucking everyone gets a medal competition.
Yeah, he's dead right. He's absolutely 100% right. 100%.
Can I just say, I love the way when Joe Lyons puts FFF, Danny says, for flip's sake.
For flip's sake, yeah.
Yeah, just, I don't want to outside Leon or Matt there on the Fox stakes.
I've gone over the quota for the night.
Yeah. You went over the quota when you said the first one.
More in it.
There are your thoughts on the Toulon Munster game. Just remember, it's Toulon, not Montpellier.
Yeah, thanks for that, Danny. Thanks.
No problem.
It's rugby, and it's rugby, not GAA as well. You remember that now.
I know.
Look, I mean, I think there's not much I can add apart from what Len said. Only I would say, Jesus, it was great from Munster to stop them getting the bonus point try at the end. You could see, even though they won the match, they were fucking fuming about that.
Yeah.
They didn't get the bonus
in
point.
fairness to,
And you got losing bonus points. So,
both Crowley and Prendergast actually made try-saving tackles at the end of both matches, in fairness to both of them.
Yeah.
Matt, I'll come on to you. Your thoughts on the Toulon Munster game?
Yeah, look, I mean, as Len said, and I think the discipline was the difference in the teams. I know Toulon got 2.
Your mum said that as well in her comment, actually.
But look,
she knows more about rugby than Matt does. In all fairness,
you'd nearly forgive Tyg Byrne for his penalty for his yellow card, because the team was on a warning. So he is that type of poacher. He lives on the edge, and you got to be tenacious when you're in them positions to get proper jackals and turnovers. And some refs will ping you more than others, and I think it was just the fact that they were already on a warning. He stepped over the line, went for the ball, and that was it. It was pretty much done and deal. But Nankiville, that's unforgivable. Like, that is just unforgivable. He knew what he was doing. He was in the ruck. He was off his feet. He shouldn't have played the ball. Shouldn't have even attempted it. Knocked the ball out of the nine's hand, and all day long you're going to see that. And what bugs me more even is the fact that, okay, it's a rush of blood to the head moment, and no doubt in his mind, as soon as he did it, he went, oh fuck, shouldn't have done that. But the fact that these lads, they're professionals. They know the laws of the game inside out nearly, and to do that, knowing there's fucking TMOs, and it doesn't matter if it's Ian Tempest or whoever, they're going to fucking ping you on it, regardless, and that was just, for me, that was madness, absolute madness. Take that away, that could have been the difference in the game. Now, look, Toulon had 2 yellow cards as well, and that's where Munster got their tries and got back into the game, which was brilliant because, again, another Irish province fighting till the very, very end, and could have easily won that game, and just fucking baffling stuff. I have to say, Jack Crowley was good in that game. Thought Tom Farrell was absolutely immense as well in the centre. You rightly pointed out, what's his name? Fucking Nash. Fucking he was class. Fucking Jack O'Donoghue. He's just one of those unbelievable players. Thought Coombs had a good game. He was very physical. Yeah, but just fucking irritating. Simple stuff. It could have been much different for them. They probably
look back, the penalty was a sickener, but as I said, it was discipline leading up to that lost us the game. But overall, I was happy with as a Munster fan, I was happy with the performance. As you said, if you had lost to Toulon or I'm getting as bad as Darren now, if you had lost to La Rochelle, right, fucking I deserve that. If you had lost to La Rochelle, you said you wouldn't have been too unhappy because they put in performance. And both teams are moving fucking forward, right? Munster had a great fucking start to the season. Leinster not so much, but they're finding their feet at half at the midway point during the URC. So that's what we want. There's none of them peaking too early. Put it that way.
Yeah. Like you look at that team, like Toulon. Like there's some serious players on that Toulon side, and Ignacio, your man Brex. I thought he was
natural Brex.
He is phenomenal when he plays for Italy, but yet he doesn't seem to do a job. I don't know. I haven't seen Toulon play all the time, but you think that would have been one of the games where he would have been fucking up for that. But I thought his handling was poor. Albornoz, another fucking great name, another fucking huge name in Argentinian rugby. Didn't think he had the best game. Ben White, he had a phenomenal game. But you look just looking at the team there now. There's fucking Garbisi playing. There's very little fucking Italian or French guys in that fucking team.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Ludlam, Ribbans.
When you have a checkbook, you can do what you want, really.
Your man Domon, is he French? Marius Domon?
I'd say he is, yeah. Like there is a good few French in it, but there's a lot of fucking foreign guys in that team.
Sure. Your man Kyle Sinclair is in the squad, isn't he?
Kyle Sinclair,
yeah.
Daniel Ribbans and your man Louis Ludlam as well.
Yeah.
Actually, Shane Daly's tackle on Ribbans, like a big fucking massive fucking lock, and Daly fucking took him down for the try line. Like that should have been a try. And hats off to fucking that was the one thing that pleased me about the performance. They played as a team. They gave absolutely 100% in that game defensively. Okay, and when they got the chance, you said, okay, there was yellow cards, but they took their tries. Because to be honest with you, in the first half, I wasn't sure where the tries were going to come from. But we managed it. So we'll take the losing bonus point.
A losing bonus point is nothing to be sniffed at either as well, going away to Toulon. Do you know?
I just mentioned 2 more scores as well from the Celtic Challenge before we move on to get your predictions for the weekend. The Wolfhounds beat Edinburgh 50 points to 12, and they topped the Celtic Challenge group as well. And the Clovers beat Brighton Thunder from Wales 15-12 in the tight enough old game. But I suppose I'll move on to your predictions for round 4 now, lads, this week. And Matt, I'll come to you first. Leinster versus Bayonne.
Leinster.
Dara, Leinster, Bayonne.
Yeah, it has to be Leinster. I saw the Leicester Bayonne game afterwards. I mean, they've conceded, or sorry, their points difference is minus 106.
Yeah.
They're not firing at all. So I'd say Leinster will send over. I think they'll send over a fairly light squad.
Yeah, well, look, they're qualified, so it doesn't really matter bollocks. You know what I mean?
It's kind of a dead rubber anyway, really, isn't it?
Then Leinster or Bayonne? How do you see that one going?
Sorry, Matt or Danny, you forgot the Ulster
He's doing
Chiefs game.
one. He's going around.
Yeah, but the Ulster Chiefs game, 28-0. Anybody know who was man of the match in that one?
Yeah, the weather.
Werner.
Yeah,
He's man.
Yeah,
That's
at least that was the right decision in that game because that was just piss poor organisation. To have it in Amsterdam in the first place and then to go play in a.
That'd be a very good point for Peter on Thursday night.
Say again?
That'd be a very good point for Peter on Thursday night. The whole Ulster debacle. Yeah. We give it that.
Yeah, I'll go for Leinster in the Bayonne match.
Leinster to have you there. Munster versus Caspet. How do you see that one going?
Bonus point win for Munster.
Dara, Munster, Caspet.
Munster.
Matt.
Yeah, Munster. Yeah, bonus point.
All right, one second now. I'll just belt me over here to Challenge Cup games. Just give me a second to load them there now.
Ulster Stade Francais.
Who see win that one, Matt?
Probably Stade Francais. Now, look, Ulster have been brilliant, but I don't know. I think Stade Francais could get a win there.
Dara, Stade Francais, Ulster. Who do you see that one win that one? Ulster at home, though.
I mean, yeah, Stade Francais are third in the top 14. So it really depends on the team they send over.
Yeah.
So I think Ulster will give a very good account of themselves, but against if Stade send a full strength top team over, I think Stade will probably win it by one try. If they don't, I think Ulster will definitely win the match.
Yeah.
Len, Ulster Stade Francais, how do you see that one going?
You see, as Dara just said, we're back to this crack again. What team? What are they going to send? A full send team? Like it's actually ridiculous. You know what I mean? I know it's a Challenge Cup rather than the Heineken Cup, but same rules should apply. You know, this is nonsense, really. To be quite honest with you. So
Sorry, Len. They did that in the top 14. They sent a fucking third string team down to Bayonne to play Bayonne, and they ended up losing by a point. But that's what you're looking at. So Dara's spot on in what he says. Like it depends on the team that they send.
Yeah. But like that shouldn't be the case, though. You know what I mean?
It shouldn't be.
All these games should be full-blooded games. Look, I totally agree with Dara. Full strength Stade Francais, it's going to be a Stade Francais win. No matter how well Ulster are playing, slightly weakened team, I'll give Ulster a chance. So hopefully Ulster, but yeah.
Although, has the rule come in? Do you remember they were talking about the rule that a player could only play 6 matches in a row and then would have to be rested for a match? Has that come in yet?
I think so, yeah. I think that's on. Yeah. I think
so if that's on, then they can use that excuse by going, oh, well, we had to rest a lot of our lads and blah, 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 or, hold them back so they didn't hit the 6 match. So there's lots of sneaky ways of getting around it. But as you say, Len, if people pay their money, they deserve to see 2 full-strength teams going against each other.
Yeah, what you really have to be doing is you have to be looking, which is absolutely ridiculous, but you have to be looking at whatever French team you're playing in the Challenge Cup or the Heineken Cup, who are they playing in the top 14 the following week, and are they home or away? And that basically determines the team they send over. Which is
exactly. No, it's kind of false advertising. It's like that time Burke was in the hotel room and he paid for that film and it wasn't a midget at all. It was just a fella on his knees.
What's that there? You want to talk, Dara? You want to talk about GA? No problem, Dara. We'll talk about GA there now in a minute. Since I have you, Dara, Connacht versus Montauban. How do you see that one going?
Montauban are bottom of the table in the top 14. I would say Connacht, and especially because it's home. I hope it's a wet and fucking windy day over in the sports ground or whatever it's called, Dexcom, whatever you want to call it now.
Sports ground.
So I would, I would hope for a Connacht win in that.
Matt, who do you see win that one anyway in the Connacht game?
Yeah, Connacht, and I'd say it'll be a convincing win. Hopefully a bonus point for them.
Yeah, Len, Connacht or Montauban, who do you see winning that one?
Yeah, at home in the Greyhound Stadium. Hopefully, as you said, bonus point win for Connacht.
Joe Lyons is in here as well, and he said that is already in Leinster had to drop a few lads before the Munster game. Cullen mentioned that Sam couldn't play because of the games played and IRFU. So
I remember that, Joe, but I wasn't sure if that was an IRFU dictate to Leo that he was mentioning after Christmas, or it was actually because that law had come into effect. So thanks for that, Joe.
Yeah, thanks for clarifying that, Joe. I knew somebody would, but I wasn't 100% sure, but I thought it
good
was.
Clontarf man, Joe. You know, he's only a blow into Clontarf now from the south side, but still.
One last thing you hear about Niall Stein from Niall Steins, and I think this is basically what we're saying as well about the two Champions and Challenge Cups, is that there are teams that don't appear to value their inclusion in the tournament. I don't think it would be unreasonable for the management of the tournament to tell them to pull their weight or be relegated.
I mean, Niall, that argument could be put to the Irish teams sending their squads down to South Africa for 2 or 3 weeks. You know, when we keep a lot of our prestige players at home. But yeah, I mean, it is a chronic thing with the French teams. They're known for just sending out a third string because they can't be arsed.
Yeah, and it's so easy to qualify from a group nowadays. The way things are set up, it's just a pain in the arse.
And also on that, the various fucking unions own the competition between them. So there's nobody going to vote against it.
Yeah, there's that to it as well anyway, I suppose. 1 sec now. Jeez, what I was supposed to be looking for. So 2 seconds there now, lads.
Were you going to give your own predictions, or were you going to do a Burke and abstain?
What I was going to do was I was going to put a Burke and abstain from the entire thing because I don't want to put an actual Burke.
Right.
You've
never done that, have you? You're more of a Grennan tonight, Danny. You're not saying much, but a few crap jokes, like. But come on, get it going.
Joe Line said, "Fox Rock, please."
Joe, you were born in Fox Rock. You've moved over to Clontarf. Accept it.
Yeah, and Joe Line said, "Len, that's the posh side of Dublin." I'm not sure if he's on about Fox Rock or Clontarf.
Both.
Well, I have a sister-in-law from Clontarf, so I can't say too much.
There's a bit of the south side that broke off and floated across, as Jerry Ryan used to say.
Lads, it's not Clontarf, it's Clontarf.
Clontarf.
And she only drinks Earl Grey, so yeah, I'll be siding with Joe on this one.
Who the fuck is Earl Grey?
Earl Grey tea.
I thought you were talking about me here.
Yeah, he's very great. Lads, it's been a pleasure. Until next weekend, Matt, Dara.
Was there not something you were forgetting there? Did we get all the predictions, Danny? Did we get all the matches? There's no women's games on, no?
I can't find the actual for them at all at the moment, no.
Okay.
Next round then. Yeah. So if I would have about them anyway, lads, but I'll probably post them later on the week in the group when I can't find them, but I thought I had them there somewhere, all right, but unfortunately weren't. Lads, until next week, it's been a pleasure. Take care.
Good night, lads.